Tags and notes can make it easier for people to find and share content and to make connections. In this video, I'll be logged in as Sydney Higa, and I'll show you how Sydney uses tags and notes to keep track of content he's interested in, alert his colleagues to content they might find useful, and likewise learn about relevant content his colleagues have found or updated. As Sydney navigates his My Site, he can quickly tag content pages or items on a content page simply by clicking I like it. For example, he'll tag metric conference notes in his shared documents library. Sydney commonly follows links to colleagues' My Sites, and he can similarly tag relevant content there by clicking I like it. Here, on Molly Clark's My Site, he finds a PowerPoint deck he'd like to review later. So he selects it and clicks I like it. When Sydney wants to find this content later, he just navigates to his tags and notes and clicks the I like it link. There he sees links to all content he'd tagged using I like it, including his and Molly's documents. He can click the links in the activities list to go to this content now. If Sydney is tagging a lot of content, he may want to classify his tags to make them easier to find later. So instead of tagging with I like it, he instead clicks Tags and Notes. Now he can enter more meaningful tags and associate content with specific labels. So this time, Sydney will tag the Conference Notes document with the label Conference. As he starts typing, Sydney discovers that this tag already exists, so he can just select it. This means that either Sydney or others on his network have already assigned this keyword to other content. And just as he did with his I like it tag, Sydney navigates to his notes and tags when he wants to revisit his tagged content. Here you see that Sydney has tagged content under a variety of labels. Tags are organized in what's called a tag cloud. The tags you use most often appear larger than the rest of the tags. You can sort the tag cloud by size or alphabetically. Tagging content can have wide-reaching social effects. When Sydney tags content, other people who have specified his tag keyword as an interest receive updates in their news feed. For example, Sydney's colleague Krista has specified metrics in her profile as a topic of interest. Here's Krista's profile page with a list of her interests. Krista is automatically notified in her news feed when Sydney tags content with the keyword metrics. Now, it's important to note that the ability of others to view or edit the content Sydney tags may depend on their permissions. For example, if so desired, Sydney can set permissions on documents in his My Site to disable access to this content. Alternatively, Sydney may sometimes want to tag content just for his own purposes and without any of his colleagues following him. In this case, he can tag content and check the tag as private. He can filter his tags in his notes and tags to show only his private tags. Sydney goes back to his profile page, clicks Tags and Notes, and then clicks Private. Sydney posts a note for Molly by going to her My Site and typing in her noteboard. This activity is recorded on his My Site under Recent Activities. Molly Clark gets notified in her news feed that Sydney has posted a note to her. Sydney's news feed informs him that Krista Geller has tagged and posted a note about a relevant metrics PowerPoint deck. So he clicks a link to go to the slide deck, views it, and then adds his own note by selecting the file on Krista's My Site and clicking Tags and Notes in the ribbon. In addition to tagging and posting notes on his or others' My Site pages, Sydney can tag and post notes on any website page. But to apply tags and notes to these web pages, he'll need access to his Notes and Tags tool outside of his My Site. To get this access, Sydney can add his Notes and Tag tool to his browser's Favorites or toolbar. He does this on the Tags and Notes tab of his profile page. Under Add SharePoint Tags and Notes tool, he right-clicks the link to add it to his favorites. And for convenience, he drags his new favorite to his toolbar. Now Sydney can tag and post notes on any website. Let's watch. Here Sydney finds a web page in Microsoft's TechNet library on performance metrics. So he clicks Tags and Notes in his toolbar to open the Tags and Notes tool and enters a tag and a note. When he visits his Tags and Notes tab on his My Site later, he sees his entries under Activities, or he can click the tag link to filter to the associated content. This ends our training video on using tags and notes on your My Site. Thanks for watching.